London Suite, also known as Neil Simon's London Suite, was released in 1996. This is directed by Jay Sandrich, of course written by Neil Simon, and we have a cast including Kelsey Grammer, Michael Richards, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Madeline Kahn, and various others. Great performances, interesting concept. I wasn't sure if I was going to like this. I watched it because of Kelsey Grammer, and I'll be honest, if Grammer wasn't in it, I never would have given it a chance. But I think I'm pleased that I did. I did a little bit of reading about the play itself before watching it. It is based on Neil Simon's play. And I haven't seen the play, but according to Wikipedia, and it's very similar to the film, of course, the play is actually, well, it's actually 4 separate plays, all based on different people in the same hotel. And I kind of thought, okay, I don't like films where we have several separate stories, but for some reason, the hotel aspect I really enjoyed. First of all, because I love travel, I kind of like staying in hotels. Sometimes not, but generally speaking, I think hotels are really interesting, and I just love this concept of all of these different people, different lives, different stories, but they're all in the same place at the same time. And that actually worked really well for me. And I have to say, we do actually have things edited together really well. I'm really pleased they took advantage of the fact that it's the film version. I won't talk too much about the individual stories. I won't spoil too much, but I will say we have a nice variety of characters, of personalities. The stories are all quite different, and I think that is what works really well. We have these little snapshots of different lives all being in the same place at the same time, and I rather enjoyed it. And the way it works with the film is that it's not just, here's their story, end of story, here's the next person's story, end of story. Things are more interwoven, and as I said, they really took advantage of the fact that this is a film version, so there are not the same restrictions as one would have if it's a stage play. And I really appreciate that, because there's nothing worse. Well, there are some things worse, but there's such an infuriation when somebody turns a play into a film, and it's just like we're watching a televised or streamed version of the stage play. What's the point in making it a film if you're not going to utilise the benefits of being able to edit it differently and do different things with the camera? And I think absolutely they utilised it. Put it this way, if I didn't know it was based on a play, I wouldn't have guessed it. It doesn't feel like a play, and I really, really appreciate that. And I think everything was handled really well. The characters are really interesting. The performances are really good. The hotel setting looks really great. I think they utilised the space really well, both inside and outside of the hotel. And I was quite satisfied with the experience. As I said, going into it, I didn't know if I'd particularly enjoy it. Ordinarily, it's not my kind of narrative structure. And that's not to say I fell in love with every aspect of it. It's still ultimately not my type of narrative. But I did. I thought it worked really well. I was, having not seen the play, but ultimately pleased with what they did to make it a film. If anybody's seen the play, though, and then watches the film, I'd love to know what you think of it and how the experience differs, but judging it purely on what I would expect the play to be like, and then what they've done with the film, I think they did a good job, which might sound strange since I haven't seen the play, but certainly, as I said, it feels like a film rather than a streamed play, so I quite liked it. And yeah, I'm glad I've seen it. As I said, if it wasn't for Kelsey Grammer, I almost definitely wouldn't have watched it, because it's not my kind of narrative structure, but I came away from it feeling pretty satisfied. So all things considered, Neil Simon's London Suite is not a bad film, and if you're curious, I'd say it's probably worth checking out.